Ron back here, and we're going to do another segment here dealing with the Declaration of Independence. I left off the last video with life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And remember, guys, all of that is subjective. What causes one person to be happy may not cause another person to be happy. And so as we go through our lives, that's all subjective, and as long as you follow the rule of do no harm, you've committed no crime, and the government has absolutely zero authority, jurisdiction, right, power to interfere in your life in any way, shape, or form. Okay, we're gonna go on to the next part of this. It says that whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, what ends? Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So whenever any government becomes destructive or destroys those three objects, if you will, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it. Abolish what? That form of government. And to institute new government. See, we don't have to wait for those in an elected position to do this. It is our right. And as a matter of fact, it's our responsibility as Americans, as free people, to ensure that those who are placed in an official capacity or an official position does their job. And their job is to do what? Their job is to ensure that our rights are protected. You know what? I skipped a whole part here. Let me back up for just a minute. Sorry about that. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from consent of the governed. Sorry about that, guys. I got a little ahead of myself. From consent of the governed. Listen, if you think that for some reason we have to wait to vote people out or vote people in when they don't do what they're supposed to do, this right here says that's not true. They are public servants. They work for us. If you don't do your job where you work, you're fired. Their job is to secure these rights. That's what it says. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from consent of the governed. And then we go on to that whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these rights, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it and institute a new government doing what? Laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such forms as to them, who's them, we the people, shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Again, this is to protect us, not them. This is for our protection. And yet these are the people that walk around with Secret Service and all kinds of armed guards, and they want to take away our basic liberty and our basic right of self-defense against not just criminals, but the very people who infringe on our rights. If you go back into my my videos, I have a video out there, why a militia. This is why we have a militia. This is why the framers put the Second Amendment in the Constitution. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. We're not doing our job at any level. Somebody shared the other day, if you're not voting, you're not being a patriot. Bullshit. If you're not out there getting in their face and forcing them to follow their oath, which is under Article 6, then we're not doing our job. See, this is the whole purpose of these documents, guys, is so that we know what their job is and what our job is. Our job is to make sure that they do their job. And the framers went to the extreme of going to war and dying for liberty. But nobody will do that today. Is there anyone out there that can explain to me what's happened between 1776 and 2018 that we don't view the importance of liberty like they did? They went nuts over a tea tax. Ballistic over a tea tax. And we let them tax us absolutely into submission and do absolutely nothing. Is there anyone out there that can explain to me how this is okay or why we allow it? And you sheriffs out there, you are the highest form of law enforcement of the land. And not one of you are constitutional. Because your deputies hand out tickets based on statutes and ordinances, and you allow counties to steal property from people because they don't pay extortion fees. Alright, I'm going to close this part out and upload it, and we will go to the next segment. Thank you again for watching.